Good morning from no, where am I? Wallyup? I think I am. No, definitely not Wallyup. Let's say Perth. That's close enough. Perth is huge. It starts way up, way up north of Perth, and Perth CBD, and it goes way down. If you want to draw a comparison, if you know about America, and you get it to about Boston, and I've never been to the east coast of America, but I know well enough through music, through art, through poetry, that there is an urban sprawl that starts about Boston and goes down through Connecticut to New York. New York's an interesting state. Have a look on a map. If you think you know New York, New York, New York, can I get a cup of coffee? New York is a really interesting state. It starts down, when it's summer, so we're talking June, July, August, hot as balls because there's concrete and glass and high-rise buildings and yellow cabs and but have a look at New York State. I once interviewed a bloke called Michael Jonathan, and he is originally from New York State. Anyway, long story short, used to live on when he was a childish person, a childish man, a mannish child, a mannish boy. Now we've moved to another part of America. Let's not go down that muddy water. He told me about the fact that he would go next door to this guy who had a farm of some description, and he would sit on his porch, and this guy used to play banjo. And he learnt at the feet, almost literally, of this guy to get interested in music. And that guy's name, the guy that he sat at the feet of, is a guy, unfortunately no longer with us, by the name of Pete Seeger. And Michael Jonathan, if you don't know the name Michael Jonathan, John Athan. Oh, have I got all those vowels right? My vowels. I used to have IBS. I don't anymore. But that's another story for another time. Michael Jonathan now runs old-time... Sorry, try again. Woodsong's Old-Time Music Hour. Check it out. It is a global phenomenon. It's on television. It's on radio. It's in print. And all of that stuff. All right, moving on. This is actually a video for a guy called Neil, but we'll get back to Neil in a minute. Yes, we're going to get there in a sec. Okay, so we started Boston, roughly, but north of Boston, and then down Connecticut, New York State, New Jersey, the boardwalk, under the boardwalk, and all that. And it just keeps going on and on and on. Well, similarly, what was I talking about? Okay, Perth. Yep, starts up way north, past Joondalup, past Butler, and it goes all the way down through Scarborough, through to the CBD, but still keeps on the coast because Perth, a bit like Brisbane, inland from the beaches and stuff. You've got beautiful waterways in Perth. You can go down to the river if you want to swim in that. I don't know. I was born in Canberra. They've got beaches in Canberra. Me personally, maybe not so much now, but when I was a younger person, I used to swim in Lake Burley Griffin. And I would not. Yeah, there's all sorts of things in Lake Hurley-Burley. Very sadly, body attached to a concrete block. Anyway, so and medical waste, but I'm guessing now with our compliance issues and with our things. So I was in Perth. So down to Scarborough Beach, City Beach. We haven't gotten even close to the Swan River yet. City Beach, down to Leighton. Now we're getting closer. Leighton. Oh, go to the Orange Box. The Orange Box at Leighton Beach. Oh my God. And then once you're finished there and had an amazing day, this would have been a beautiful day. It's supposed to be as hot as balls today. It's currently 10:38 a.m. It's 22 minutes to 11 a.m. Australian Western Standard Time. And I'm standing here in bare feet, bare chest, bare head, and no, don't show us your. No, I'm wearing shorts. Yeah, if I were not unencumbered by things that I want to do, not need to do, but want to do today, I would be at Leighton Beach having a swim, going to the Orange Box, and then after I'd finished about 4 or 5 hours of wonderfulness in that region, then I would do what I did on Boxing Day. And at that stage I was 25, and I'm going to say half, so 25.5 days into no alcohol December, which was to be followed by no alcohol January. But after I'd had 4 or 5 hours of wonderfulness on Leighton Beach, then I went across to a place called Mrkt. That's M-R-K-T. Mrkt. You know what the young people do, they drop the vowels. And why would you not? If you don't have vowel issues, you can drop your vowels. So I went over to Mrkt space, and it was there at about 1 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time on Boxing Day that I said, do you know what? I'm going to have a couple of days break from no alcohol December, January. I've got to say that I just increased that by a little bit, but it's currently 21 minutes away from. Alice has won at 11. And for that, I need to have much greyer hair than I have, and I need to have much more hair than I currently have, and I need a big bushy beard, and I need a bib and braces, and I need one side of my braces to be hanging down. Alice, A-L-L-U-S, as apostrophe A-S, 1 at 11. Pint of Guinness. I don't have a pint of Guinness every morning at 11 o'clock. Currently, I'm on the fruit juice. No, not the fruit juice. I'm on the juniper berries and a little bit of melaleuca leaves and some other stuff. Because, okay, just shh. In the last I've been a single man, as in not with a partner, for a long time. I've not been married since Father's Day 2001. I'm not making that up. It was a Sunday and the judge signed the orders on Father's Day. And I looked at them when I got the papers and I said, well, that's a very black Irish sense of humour. I'm guessing that whoever the judge was, I can't remember his name. I've got some papers inside there somewhere with his name on it as he scrawled it. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's a he. You are no longer married. Now, what that is celibate. And when somebody says they're celibate, that just means they're not married. And the one, I just explained this the other day at Fringe World Festival. I said, I've been celibate for since Father's Day 2001. I'm going to call it the 1st or 2nd of September 2001. I've been celibate for 21 years or more. That's true. Have I been chaste? Have I followed the strict laws of chastity, as it says in the good book, of which I born a Catholic, baptised a Catholic, raised in the Catholic Church, went to Catholic school from kindy to 1971 to 1983, went from Blackfriars Dominicans to Missionaires du Sacre-Cœur, Missionaries of the Sacred Heart, Darramarlin, College Dixon. Left there in 83. I had 1 year off in the public system in England, Ross and Moy, Herefordshire. Ross and Moy Grammar School, followed by John Curl Comprehensive. So, have you followed the good book? That's George Carlin from one of the Kevin Smith films, and it's from, not Dogma, it's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I follow the good book. Carrie Fisher. Do you? Do you follow the good book? Okay. It's a cunnilingus thing. All right, anyway, moving on. Oh, and also a fellatio thing. All right, which are, cunnilingus is a airline. They operate from Shannon Airport. Cunnilingus. Welcome aboard Cunnilingus Air. Take a seat, we'll be serving liquor. Or fellatio. Fellatio is Italian. Fellatio, you suck. No, moving on. All right, so where were we? Down to Leighton Beach. Market space, yes, definitely. That's where down to, I just said, wait for a second. Ouch. All right, next. Then you get down to the actual Swan River. We're talking North Fremantle, around about where the bowling club is. That's why I talk so much. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, I should be at the bowling club in North Fremantle. Anyway, then you cross over the Swan River. And then you keep going. So you get to Fremantle itself, Fremantle Port, Fremantle CBD, and then you're in Wallyup, around the port, around the CBD, and a little bit more, maybe down to Cantonment Street, maybe Queen Victoria Street a little bit. Roughly that area is Wallyup. And then you go further south, and eventually you get to Yangebup. And then you keep going down to, the urban sprawl goes on and on and on and on and on. And so do I. Neil, let's talk about parents. My father, Francis Byrne Quinn, don't know his baptism name, his confirmation name. Francis Byrne Quinn. Byrne, B-Y-R-N-E. Neil, do you remember I said the other day, I open my mouth and I hear my parents speak? See this? This is me sanitising this thing. It's not my place. I don't have a place. I ain't got no home in this world anymore. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, all right. Just give myself tinnitus in the right ear, which I have 100% of the time, 24 hours a day. Can you hear that? It sounds like a cicada, doesn't it? Or a cricket. No, that is a motorised thing. Don't know if it's coming from my place or their place. Look at this. This is what you get. This is what you get in these sort of places. It is my place, I think, at the moment. So that's the edge of this place, and that's the start of that place. A little bit like New York. Can I get a cup of coffee? Cheek by jowl. Buildings, glass, concrete. That's why it's hotter than balls in New York. But if you go up to Albany, I'm not sure exactly how they pronounce it up there in New York, and Albany is the capital of New York State. Neil, back to you. Okay, right. So one of my things my father did was, and I said I open my mouth and hear him speak, but also, Neil, what I do is I open my eyes and my other senses, of which we have about 20, and we can access about 15-ish if we try. The other 5 are a little bit more harder to access. Look at this. I threw these in about 20 minutes ago. Look at the stuff that's floating. Look, and the leaves I threw in about an hour or more ago. Look at what's floating. Look at what's not. That can tell you a lot about a whole bunch of things. These are not cheap. These aren't your Target specials. These cost me a lot. Massimo. Oh, we're back to fellatio. Hello, I'm wearing Massimo's. I want to go to fellatio. Oh, come with me. Sit down there. These ones were not cheap either. I've blown these out so many times. Like, I've done the front tyre and the back. Oh, no, these are the good. Yeah, I did. Look at that. And you know what you do? If you get, so that's still working okay, but if it really blows out, how do you do it? You get a bread tag and you stick it under there, and that'll fix your problems. So even if I try and, no. Wow. And you might think, oh my God, what is he doing? He's turning this lovely spa into a tip. No. I'm sanitising it because it needs sanitising. Believe me. I opened the cover earlier this morning and went, holy mould. But we're fixing the mould. because that's Melaleuca. That's Melaleuca. All of it's Melaleuca. Normally I have some Mitacea in there as well. There's some garlic. No, that's not garlic. That's a seed pod. But there is some garlic in here somewhere. Yep, down there. All right. I fear I've said too much. Neil, I'm absolutely gutted. Absolutely in bits, in pieces. And mate, I can tell you now, because I won't be there. I was going to be there to say, shake your hand, say, give you a big hug and that. But just know, mate, that this coming week, I'll be there in spirit, mate. I will absolutely be there in spirit. I feel you. I'm so not sorry. I'm just gutted. Anyway, strength, love, hope, and distraction, my friend. Distraction. That's what I do. Because as you well know from the things that I've posted, Neil, I got some grief in my life too. What do? I distract myself by that one. I reckon if I do this, I reckon if I just do that one. Yeah, watch it. Watch. This is for all my sea shanty friends. The muskets are going to the bottom of the deep. They're going to the bottom of Davy Jones' locker. Arr. Actually, I don't think it is. It's not. It's full of water. Neil, my dad was an absolute physics nut. But guess what? His speciality was finance and accounts and accounting. He taught accounting. But he was fascinated. 1 second. Yep, nice and sanitised. He was fascinated by physics. And he would tell us until we were blue in the face, or he was blue in the face, and he was in his element. So he was very relaxed. Very, very relaxed. But we were going, oh, for God's sake. But guess what? I said guess what a lot. I soaked it up. And it's up. It's up here. I can't get it. Pretty much like the Catholic prayers and the In nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancto. Amen. Go in peace. Go in pieces to serve. Maybe I'm losing it. I'm not kidding. I could just about recite the Eucharistic prayer, and I haven't been to church regularly since I was 17. It's up there. The physics that my father taught me, the wisdom that my mother taught me, never mind the fact that my mother could have been dead at 3, could have been dead at 27 when she was pregnant with me, could have been dead at 42, and then from 42 to just 3 weeks shy of 80, could have been dead but wasn't. That is the moral of the story. Appreciate and love your kinfolk, because as much as they might be a trial, as much as they might be a burden, as much as you might say, gotta go, Dad. I just fake, beep, beep. Oh, beep, beep. That's what I used to do. I used to punch the keypad and go, beep, beep. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I've got another call coming in. I don't do call waiting. I hate call waiting. I turn it off as soon as I get a new device. And sometimes I fake that to get rid of him. Appreciate them while they're here. Anybody who's earwigging on this conversation, appreciate them when they're here, because as much as they might be a trial and a burden, fuck me sideways, you will miss them when they're gone. Try again. Not you will. In all probability, you may miss them when they're gone. From Perth, somewhere in the sprawl between north of Joondalup and south of Mandurah, it's Bill Quinn saying, I'll see you and look. I haven't had breakfast and it's almost 11 o'clock. That's why I can't speak properly. I've had so much water. I'm totally hydrated. I've had spiders and flies and all sorts of things creeping all over me. They don't bite me because they think I'm a tree, but I have not had any protein. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to go and watch some sport. I know exactly where I'm going to. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Do you know? I'm performing on Tuesday night. If anyone's earwigging and they're in the Perth area, watch local guides. I'm performing on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. for 25 minutes, and I will see you when I'm looking at you. I'll smile in your proximity, and it's coming out to 20 minutes, and I'll bye for now.